Hey, Bruce here, the 5-Minute Handyman. Well, I am doing some painting today and want to show you how I do that. So let's take a look at some of the hardware and we'll talk about it. So what I am doing is I've got these sheetrock walls that have been spackled and sanded, and I am putting on some PVA primer, and this primer that I'm using is formulated for sheetrock, bare sheetrock, and it gives a nice uniform coating for my top coat of paint. And so what I'm going to do is I'll show you how I put this onto the wall and apply it. And so what I've got here is I have a paint tray with a roller, and I've got the PVA primer in there already. And so let me show you how I apply this. Now when you're putting primer on a wall, it is not as important to make sure that you have full coverage like you would if you're doing the painting of the final color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my roller and go right up against the corner here and just go up and down, and when I come up I'm going to lift it up and move it just a little bit so I don't print in the same pattern. And so what I do is just go up and down on here, and when I run it along the edge of the wall, it does get into the seam here. And so when I come around on the other side, I am going to run it very close, and I'll show you what kind of coverage we get there. And this is okay for the primer coat. See, so we have pretty good coverage in the corner, and it's fine for the primer coat. But for the finish coat, you definitely want to go with a brush and fill in that corner before you start doing your rolling, so you get a nice uniform finished coat on here. But for the primer, it's just as easy as putting it on the roller and working it back and forth in the tray, making sure that we have good coverage on my roller. And then I'll just come and go up and down. Now when we put on the primer, it's not going to be super covered. I mean, you can still see some blotchy areas, and that's okay, because what we're looking for is we're not looking for a color coverage, we're looking for the primer to provide a sealant coverage for it. And so that gives us an adequate coverage. And we can see here that there are some different colors. This primer was put over some test paint that we put on here. But like you can see here, it doesn't fully cover, and that's okay, because all we're looking to do is to seal it. And so once we get this on here and it seals it, then our top coat will be nice and uniform, and if we're using a good quality paint, we can get away with just one coat for the top coat. So that's the process for applying primer to a freshly sheetrocked and spackled wall. I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel if you would like to have me show you some other things of how to do painting or tiling or other home construction things. Please leave that in the comments. Thanks for watching.